Peter was born in Germany in 1883 to a large family, a family tormented by a sick, twisted father. Peter lived with 12 other members of his family, all within what amounted to be a single room. Peter's father was a brutal alcoholic and scarred all of his children in unimaginable ways. Peter's father would have the children assemble and force his mother to strip and engage in sex in front of the children. Not only this, but he molested Peter's sisters and even ended up being imprisoned for attempting to rape one of them when Peter was 16. Peter learned a lot from his father, which would explain why Peter began molesting his sisters. But that was only the beginning. Peter came into contact with a sadistic dog catcher that happened to live in the same building. This dog catcher introduced Peter to the joys of torturing animals and coerced him into acts of bestiality with the dogs he had caught. Peter had developed a taste for violence, and very quickly at that. However, animals wouldn't suffice forever. At the age of 9, Peter committed his first murders. While swimming with 2 boys on a river, he shoved one of them beneath the raft they were on. When the other boy they were with jumped in to help the boy, Peter forced him underneath as well, where both boys drowned. The incident was seen by police as an accident. By the age of 12, Peter had moved with his family to Düsseldorf. He took his lessons with him, often trying to have sex with his sisters and other various schoolgirls. At the age of 13, Peter began engaging in sexual acts with sheep, pigs, and goats. He expressed a special type of satisfaction whenever he would stab a sheep to death while he engaged in sexual intercourse with it. Peter eventually ran away from home to escape his father's violence and met a prostitute who was into violence and perversion, a perfect fit. This would become the nature of his relationships. He was even known to date prostitutes that were twice his age. Peter claimed his first adult murder in 1899 in a park, strangling the woman to death while he had sex with her. Peter would find himself in and out of prison, at times for theft, at times for fraud, and one time in particular for attempting to shoot a woman with a rifle. Peter was drafted into the military once he was released from prison, but soon deserted and began setting fires to barns and other buildings where he had hoped homeless people might be sleeping inside. He wanted to hear them burn.